All right, Coach, welcome back here to the game plan. I just want to talk a little bit about execution, and I think two things that are really key elements of that, and it's a great strategy to have here. So again, in the byproduct of any offense, it's got to be about execution. So whatever your bullet points are of what your identity you want to be, what your run game menu might look like, your passing game menu might look like. In the end, it's all about execution. And I think one of the biggest things that I've come to realize is that, when you can put together a really good run game to support your quarterback can be really good. Whether it's, just your base run game or even the ability to keep the defense, on their toes with quarterback run game. But I think, everything that's a byproduct of a good run game, I think is really good for your quarterback. And I think it's an excellent strategy to have. So it doesn't matter, what your DNA as a coach might be, but I think if you can support your quarterback with a solid run game, I think everything that comes with it, is really the bonus and the byproduct of it. That's going to really have your quarterback executing at such a high level, And so, when you think about your run game, how about those RPOs that come off of it? And then the next thing would be your play action. Those have got to be high percentage for you, because if you're a really good running football team and you're trying to support your quarterback with the run game, those RPOs are going to be, wide open. Those play action opportunities, whether it's a naked, those are typically really high percentage passing games, and then the next thing I would say is your play action screens. And I think this is something that probably doesn't get looked at strongly enough, but I think play action screens need to be a big part of anyone's offense if you're running the football. So, when it comes to execution and having a strategy around it and supporting your quarterback, the first thing I'm going to tell you is, put together a good run game plan and have that part of your identity. The next thing I would tell you is pure progression reads for your quarterback. I've been coaching quarterbacks for a long time and been a part of a lot of different offenses. And, been around a lot of different guys that have coached at a lot of different levels, and, guys that have coached at the highest level, guys that are really some of the best coaches I've been around. I've been some of the high school coaches I've been around. And I really want to look at how they teach their quarterbacks, their quarterback intelligence and their quarterback IQ. And I think one common theme was really minimizing quarterback reads. And when you can make them pure progression reads for your quarterbacks, it just makes it so much easier. So just to give you an example here, if your quarterback can, simply take his drop and know that he is going to throw it to number 1 right there. This is just an example. Number 2 right there. Number 3 on an in route. Number 4 on a stop in route. And then you're checking down to your tailback right there in a pure progression read. I think that's a big piece of quarterback execution and executing at a high level and helping your offense become better. So, with this pure progression read, and this is just a simply what we would call a levels concept here, where the quarterback is going to go 3 and plant, throw to number 1. Obviously, if he's got the singled up, if they're in a quarters flat contour right there, you can throw it right there. And if the flat defender is being controlled by the whip route, if the whip route, is the next thing that he needs to go to, there's number 2. If 1 and 2 aren't there, he's going to scan to that in route there, on that dig route right there to the Y on number 3, looking to number 4 right there, and then checking it down to number 5. So again, the pure progression reads for your quarterback, I think, are a big piece of quarterback execution at a high level. So just 2 pieces of advice right there in terms of, having an execution strategy, because in the end of the day, it's all about executing on offense. So number 1, support your quarterback with a good run game, because everything that comes off of it should be really high percentage for your quarterback. And number 2, when you get into your passing game, create as many pure progression reads where your quarterback can go 1, 2, 3, and then if he needs 4 and 5, he'll know where to find him. So just some thoughts right there. Again, hopefully you guys are enjoying this part of the website, the game plan here. And again, like any time, if you guys have any questions or any thoughts or any videos that you want us to put together, please send them our way.